bienvenido a nuestro canal de YouTube. Qué bueno que estés interesado en ver este video. Tenemos muchos otros videos, todos traducidos. Algunos son contenido original nuestro, otros van a ser videos originales de Groovefunnels traducidos, ¿okay? Con subtítulos en español para tu conveniencia, de forma tal de que vas a poder conseguir toda una gama inmensa de información en nuestro canal. Te invitamos a que hagas clic en el botón de suscribirse, clic en el botón de las notificaciones, que es la campanita, y te invitamos adicionalmente a que formes parte de nuestro grupo de Groovefunnels en español en Facebook. Ese link de invitación lo vas a conseguir en los comentarios. Gracias, esperamos que disfrutes este video y que te suscribas a nuestro canal y que formes parte de nuestra comunidad de Groovefunnels en español en Facebook. Chao, disfrútalo y aprende mucho. Esperamos que aprendas mucho.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've been waiting for, and this is Groovemail. Groovemail is now out and available inside your dashboards. It has come out a couple of hours ago. This was while I was still sleeping, and I've seen a lot of commotion going on in the Facebook group. People on the edge, like, when is it coming out? You said today afternoon, and it's already 1:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's not out. What's happening? It was funny to watch, but I don't react to most of these questions because I believe these are rhetorical. But yeah, it came out. Groovemail is available. It is different than what I've tested. So as you may see in my post in the Facebook group, I tested Groovemail, and it was the previous version. So yesterday, while we were waiting for it to be deployed, there was a new update to it. It was a UI UX update, which changed the dashboard a little bit. It changed different buttons. It put in things in tabs and not to load everything on the same page. And it is a bit different now than it was when I tested it. And this new update also brought in a couple of things that are not working at this moment as it was before on the previous version. So this version was put out just to simplify, and in case we need to make training videos and things like this, so that the UI doesn't change that much during the videos, during the presentations and things like this. So they pushed out the last minute update, which is now available inside your dashboard. So I was super stoked when Groovemail came out, and I started playing with it, and it was yesterday morning, my time, approximately this time yesterday, and a lot has changed from then. So I will point out these changes. I can see I can see a couple of people joining in already, so thank you very much for this one. I wanted to mention that this video today will not be how to use Groovemail. It will be just a quick look. We'll play with it together. You can ask your questions in the comments section. In case you have things that you want to report that are buggy, that are not working, we thank you very much for that one. However, this live stream is not for this, so please head over to feedback.groovefunnels.com, feedback.groovefunnels.com, and you can see here Groovemail. This is for feature requests, and this is Groovemail bugs. So in case you want to report a bug, please, this is the place for it to be. Let me tell you also about the bugs with Groovemember and Groove Video. So as we were getting more and more bug reports over here, this is the link I sent to the developers, and the developers reported back that 96% of the bugs that were reported here are fixed and are coming out either this week or next week with the deployment. So this is the place our developers are going to find things to fix. Okay, so it is not our Facebook group, it is not the support, so please don't go over to support. My Groovemail is not working. If you found a bug, it is most probably because it is for everybody. So please click on this Groovemail bugs and report it here, or if it is already reported, just click on it, and then this is going to get fixed as a priority. Okay, so please don't spam the Facebook group. Don't send me private messages. Don't go to support and say, I found a bug. That is not the place where it should be. This is the place where it should be. Okay, so I just wanted to get this out of the way because I believe a lot of people don't understand the point of these feature requests and basically the feedback platform where we collect your feedback here. As for example, Michael, if you found a bug, as I mentioned and was mentioning previously, please head over to bugs. If you found something, report it there. The live stream and the Facebook group is not for reporting bugs, okay? So please head over there and then report it here. Good. So now this out of the way, in case somebody comments later on, just please mention it to them as well, guys. I'm trying to continue with this video and I want to point out things about the new platform, and we'll try to keep the topic on that one. Okay, so Groovemail is available now inside your dashboards, and this is over here. So it was the last one, but now we moved it up, so it is now the third one from the bottom. And over here, when you click inside it, you will see your you will see the platform. So I'm just reading the comments, and a lot of comments. So Michael, I've seen your questions, but please let me just go through the video first, and then you can ask your questions at the end, because most of these things I will already answer. So please just wait a bit for the video, and yeah, just be patient, my friend. Just please, okay? Dashboard is here. You will be able to see your statistics, the contacts, opens, and clicks. This is very important when you are sending out emails. You really want to know who opened it, or what's the percentage of people who opened it, and how many people clicked on it. In case you did a broadcast, or in case you did like an email campaign previously, you can go in and really filter the dates. Okay, so I had my launch for from the 1st till the 15th, so then you can choose from the 1st till the 15th, and you will see the contacts that you got, the opens and the clicks that went in, basically that for your campaign. Okay, so this is what you see on the home page over here when you click on the home. Inside the leads tab, this is where you should start. In case you open the Groovemail, this is where you would need to come. So as they say, money is in the list. The list is something that you need to create first to actually get in the people signed up to your email list. So I was testing this out previously just a couple of minutes ago, and I created 2 lists, but I will delete them and we can start from scratch, okay? So let's just delete these, and then let me explain what a list is. I created a video on this one. When you are working with email, and when you actually have a website and a form where you're asking the name and the email and other details from the customers so that they type it in, and this list, so this list in Groovemail will be collecting this information. So it will be name, Anna, last name, banana, email, anna.banana@gmail.com, or things like this. This is the list of your customers, and this is the list of people that are interested in what you have to offer, and this is the list of people that want to hear from you again. So to create a list, it is pretty simple. You give it a name. For example, I will just do lemon newsletter list. Okay, I'll just add on list as a name of it so that we can differentiate it later. And as a description, my suggestion is to add a description who is coming to this list. So this is for everybody that subscribe to receive the newsletter. Okay, create a list. There we go. So lemon newsletter list. I'm just doing this for training just so that we have some differentiation. Now, the next list, list I want to create is the list of all the contacts that will have, for example, if I put out a course, then they can come over here. So lemon course, let's just say lemon paid course list. These are the people. This is for the people that are interested in the paid course. Okay, create a list. Now I have two lists. So on one, I will receive everybody from one page on my website, which will be for the newsletter, and on the other one, I can put the contacts in from my funnel for the people that are interested in my paid course. Okay, so this is a list. This is basically a collection of email addresses and other details that are needed for coming, basically for being able to contact them again later. So this is for list. Now the leads is something different. Leads are the people. These are the contacts that are on the list. So in case you want to add a new lead, for example, in case you are physical business, let's just say you are a service-based business and then you want to put in a lead, you can just click on new lead, you add on their details over here, first name, last name, email, phone number, company, and later on when you want to email these people, then you will be able to do it. So for example, when could we use something like this? You own a hair salon and you have a person that just came into your shop. They didn't come in through your website or something like that, and they left their details for them to be contacted again later on. So in this case, you would come over here, you would add a new lead, type in their email, their name, and things like this, and then you can send out later on emails to them because you added them on into your email software, which is GrooveMail at this point. Okay. Then tags. So we can add a tag. For example, I have here a new member or a new newsletter member, or I will create a new tag, paid course member, or a free course member, in case you have also a course that you give out for free and then you encourage them to upgrade for a paid version of it. You then give a description of what this is for. This is the person that purchased the paid version of the course. Okay, category. Then you can add here a category that you want. So create a new category. This is a category for tags. For example, over here, I created two categories. One will be for the newsletter because this is something else. It is not my course, but this is a newsletter, and a lemon course. So you can categorize your tags. So a paid course member will not be going into the category of the newsletter because it is related to a course. So we can do different categories over here. For example, if I would have another product, which would be a template library or something, template something. So lemon templates. Then I can add a category and add on different tags for that category. As you can see here, it didn't immediately add it on, it just added it here in the drop down. So now I can choose which one I want. But as a paid course member, I want the category to be the course, and then I can create a tag. The tag is very important when you want to say, when somebody signs up to your email list, you can tag them that this is now a new member. Okay, and after receiving certain emails, or after they purchased, you can tag them differently. Like after that, they are not a free member, they are a paid member now. And these tags are something that you can follow and later on segment the tags. And this is this next step. You can segment the people. So everybody that is on my course list but is a new member, not a paid member, send them an email and things like this. So this is a new segment for segmenting paid members. So here you can actually set up different things. Like in this segment, I want everybody subscribed to list that is the Lemon paid course list, or actually everybody in my database that doesn't have a tag. This is a category, so these are categories over here that doesn't have a tag paid course member. Send them an email. So this is everybody that is not a paid course member. Send them an email like please upgrade or something like this. So the segmentation is very important. It is very cool to that we have that, and this is where everything comes in place. So you can do take these people but not these people. So in case you don't want anybody that is subscribed to the newsletter list, okay? So everybody that is on the Lemon course list, but exclude everybody from the newsletter list, okay? And things like this, you can really dive into and specifically target the people that you want. And this is where the tags and lists and segments come in. So once you have that, you can just click save and exit, and now you have a segment. You have, for example, 98 active leads that you can target that are going to be receiving the email, for example. So this is the leads tab. We just went over it quickly. Let me just see if there are any questions over here. Opu is watching us. Great. Good to see you here, Opu. Awesome. Perfect. A lot of people are watching us. I believe 130. Love the segment visual. Absolutely. It is very good. I'm doing the steps as you explained them. This is great. Thank you very much. Yeah. So leads are not part of any lists. When you add a lead, for example, you can decide where you want them. Okay. So assign list, you can see here. This is where you assign the list. Another very good question. And you can also assign a tag. So for example, you can create a list that is for all your subscribers or all the people that came in to your physical business. Let's just say, as we continue with the example, you have a hair salon, and everybody that signed up through your hair salon, through this create a new lead, a list, you can assign them a list, subscribed in shop or something like this. This will be your list where you target the people that didn't visit your website first, but they came into your physical location first. Okay, and you can assign them the tag, for example, walk-in, shop walk-in, or something like that. So then you know that this lead came into the shop first whenever you're sending them messages later on. This will be also staying in the lead information. You will see the tags. So this was a walk-in that is receiving this sequence, that purchased this product. So later on, Groovemail will be serving as a CRM at one point when this new features are added onto. And the more tags you have, the more information you can see about the customer. You will know, okay, so you are the person that came into my shop, that didn't visit the website first, and then they purchased my course because they are interested in, and things like this. So in a create a new lead, you can add those details on there. So campaigns. Here we have broadcast sequences, and there will be the third option, which will be automations. The automations tab is coming, I believe, either this week, by the end of this week, or next week. So this is not the full Groovemail as you probably thought of. We are planning to continually add new things into it. So broadcasts. I created a broadcast. What is a broadcast? Broadcast is something that you send out once. You want to send out to your email list an email. So this is not something that is like first this email, then this email, then this email. This is just one email you want to really send out. For example, webinar replay. Okay, so after the webinar, you can create this broadcast very quickly and send it to everybody that watched the webinar. This is a broadcast. A sequence is send them first this email, then this email, then this email, and the broadcast is just send them one email. Okay, so this is the difference: broadcast and sequences. We clicked on broadcasts, so let's just explore this one a bit. So it is a very, very intuitive way of creating your emails, and it is following the Groovecell type of a creation. For example, here you are creating your campaign, which will be I don't know, webinar with Donna Fox. Okay, I was talking to Donna today, and we will have a webinar tomorrow, so I'm just creating a broadcast to quickly send out an email about the webinar. Okay, so last minute podcast for inviting people to the webinar broadcast. Here we go. Save and next. So the communication gateway, you want to send an email or send by SMS. We will have SMS integration with Twilio. This will be coming out this month. I don't have a hard date yet. It will be something that you create your account with Twilio. Twilio is a company that creates one of the most popular platform for SMS and voice communication. So here you will be able to create your account, set up a paid account for having a number, like a telephone number, and also a package where you get X amount of credits for sending X amount of SMS. You can do pay as you go or volume purchase. For example, here, programmable SMS starting at 0.0075 to send or receive a message. Okay, and then you can get one of these accounts with Twilio. You will be able to integrate it with Groovemail and send broadcasts out with SMS as well. And if you are using SMS with Groovemail, you'll be able to create SMS funnels, because we have the sequence planner, which is send this SMS, then if somebody clicks somewhere, then send them another SMS and things like this. So these are funnels that you create using email or SMS, which is coming soon, and I'm super stoked about this. So sender name, sender from email, and reply to email. As you can see, these are forms that are pre-filled, and you cannot click on this at this moment. Now, this is one of the changes that yesterday when I was testing, it was an option. So let me just show you here. And I believe they disabled this one because they are doing some changes on this one. So what you see now, as I mentioned it previously, what you are seeing in Groovemail at this point of me showing it to you, it is not the complete version of it. So when we create a campaign, okay, so this is already the sequence. I just want to show you the recording of me when I was testing it yesterday. It was much different, and a lot of things were working. But anyway, so what I wanted to just say is that I believe this was turned off by purpose, but I believe this will come on as an option to change this at a later point. So let's just save and next. And then here, communication recipients. Who are you sending this to? So you have the people that are subscribed to a list, then you select your list. The people that have tags, newsletter or lemon course. So these are the categories of the tags. And then over here, for example, let's just select lemon course. You will see the paid course members and the new members of the course. Basically, these are tags. We tag people when they come to our list. Then you can select the tags, or a segment. As you remember, we created a segment for segmenting paid members. Everybody that is on that segment that received that are on our list but have a tag, but do this, that do that, you can add them to the campaign. Okay, let's just click add, and then you will see here the information from the segment. Okay, let's just save it next. And over here, you create your email. This is very similar to Gmail. You type in the subject. Let's just say awesome webinar with Anna Fox tomorrow. You don't miss. Okay, or something like that for a subject. Here the preview will be when you are in your inbox, and then you just see a snippet of a little bit of the email. For example, you will see the subject and just a little piece of the email of what it talks about. For example, when you click on this one, you can see the subject. So this is the first line, is the center, then there is a subject, then a little piece of or a snippet of the email, and this is the preview text, what you can type in. You can create your custom preview text, or in case you don't type in anything, in case you just start typing out your email, then this will be shown as a preview text. I will just leave it out, but let's just start with hi, and then I want to mention their name. Like, for example, if Anna signs up, I want to say hi Anna. So this is where the dynamic variables come in. So I will click on the first name. So I want to say hi first name. Okay, and I actually don't want it below, but I want it next here. So hi Anna. I really don't want you, I'll not write the complete email. I want you to miss this awesome webinar with Donna. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. So what we did is we created something that is taking in the details from our leads, from our list. So if there is a lead, which is called Anna Banana. Okay, so Anna is the first name, Banana is the last name. We want to say hi first name, so which will be hi Anna. And these are the dynamic variables. If they fill out their email, you can type in, like, because you signed up with your email, and then you click on this one, and then it shows them the email, anna.banana@gmail.com or whatever. So these are the dynamic variables. You just need to click on the white part over here, and then this will insert it in the email. You can also copy it like that, and then paste it, but you can just simply click on it and then it works. So these are the dynamic variables. People were asking me how to put in links. So yesterday when I was testing this out, we had a button for links, and let me just try to show you a part where I was doing. I believe this was also turned off for a reason. So I just went into the forms. Here we go. We had, as you can see here, this is what we've seen, what I've seen yesterday. So there was a bold, a italic, a link, and tables, and all kinds of images and things like this. So I believe with our update, with the UI update, as you can see here, it looks different than what we have now. Certain elements were not added in, but this will be coming, I believe, because like tables and things like this and links, absolutely, we need to have here. So I believe this was left out for a reason. Maybe it was giving some issues and bugs, but this will be added on later on. But for now, you can just type in https google.com. Okay, so you can just use links for now if you create your emails this way, or you can just type in click here, and then once we have that link button, you just select this text, link it in using that that button for the linking, which is this one over here. Okay, so as you can see, a lot has changed. So confirmation email was over here, and success page, this is not anymore over here, but it is now in the next step. So this is now our email. Let's just save and click next. Okay, so send now, you can do immediate, like send to everybody on that list or in the segment or with the tags, or you can schedule it for later. It is in Eastern Standard Time. This may be confusing for somebody, but I believe we will be adding on a time zone selector in the account at a later point, which will make it more dynamic. So you will set up the time that suits your needs. So at this moment, it is still in set up in Eastern Standard Time because we just had to decide one of the times, and since our company is in Eastern Standard Time and most of the trainings are done in Eastern Standard Time, this is where it was decided. So if I want to send out, I know I'm in Central Europe, if I want to send out an email at 6 p.m. my time, I know that this is 12 I know that this is 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I just set this up and it will be sent out at 6 p.m. my time. For this one, I suggest you to use a Google converter or time converter that you find in Google. This will be working the best in case you want to transfer Eastern Standard Time to your own time zone. Or you can save it as a draft in case you're not quite fully ready to send it out yet. You can just save it as a draft, and I will do that exactly. So you can see finish. Congratulations, your broadcast has been saved as a draft. Broadcast's name is this one, and the sender is this one. As I said previously, I believe the sender information will be able to change, and I was able to change that yesterday over here. Let me just see if it can be done over here. Okay, so as you see here, I had the send by email. You can basically type in your own details over here, the sender name, sender email, and things like that. On a test server, it was working. I believe this was turned off because it was giving some trouble with the live version. I also wanted to mention when we are working on a test server, and let me just show you how a test server looks like. And this is a test server. So you can see here test.grooveapps.com. When I come over here, it is something that we are using for testing purposes. So when I click in Groove Mail, it looks pretty similar as the live version, but the main difference is that this is used by a handful of people and the live version is used by thousands of people at the same time. So whenever we deploy an app that was working fully in the test version, a lot of things will be different when 1,000 and 50,000 people are using it at the same time. So in case you find bugs, this is why we are working this way, that we've fully finished the app on a test version. When we deploy it, this is where we need the help from you guys to report the things that you find. So in case you found a bug with GrooveMail or any other app, please head over to the feedback.groovefunnels.com site and report the bugs. For example, GrooveMail bugs is here available. There is already a couple of posts. In case you don't see the bug that you want to report over here, you can just create a new post. In case you see it already, just upvote it. Okay, so like click on this button, then you can simply upvote it, and it will be getting on a higher priority for our developers. As I mentioned in my intro of this video, the bugs that the members reported for Groove member, I heard the news that 96% of these bugs were already cleared on our test servers. So basically the code is already done. We're just finishing and doing the last checks, and it will be probably deployed this week, by the end of this week, or at the beginning of next week. So this is something our developers are looking at and following. So please, in case you find the bugs, don't go to support, don't go to email me or message me. Don't put it on Facebook, because the developers are not there. Developers are watching this one. Okay, they're not on support. They're not waiting for you to email them there. So with that said, this was the broadcast. Let's just go into sequences. So sequences is something that I've played with and I liked it the most. So you create a sequence, and I explained it previously. The sequence is a way, like a certain steps, like send this thing, then tag them, then send another email, then do this, then do that. And this is a sequence. you probably heard like an onboarding sequence and welcome sequence and things like this. Sequence means send them a series of emails that are, for example, when somebody signs up to your program, send them an email immediately, then wait 1 day and then send them an email again, and things like this. And this is a sequence. So multiple emails, multiple calls to actions lined up nicely. So then the person that signed up to your email list that receives the sequence will go through and receive all those emails that you want to send it out. So let's just say that we want to have a welcome sequence for the course. Okay, perfect. So here we can just type in a description, and I suggest you to do this every time. This is a sequence people will get once they sign up to the sign up for the course freebie, like that, or something like that. So I have a course and I have a landing page where I'm giving away a piece of the course or a downloadable PDF or something like that. If somebody signs up to get this downloadable PDF, they will start receiving the sequence. It will say, thank you very much for subscribing. Here is your PDF. In the next couple of days, you will be hearing from us about the course, So you can tell them in email 1, why the course was created. Email 2, like, who are you to give advice and things like this. So this is a sequence creator, and I'm so happy about this one because this is a visual way. And for example, you can add a trigger, and you can have here, for example, the tags. If somebody subscribed and have a tag for our new newsletter subscriber, you can add them. Over here, I can see a bit of things that are not working properly. So I'll just jump over to the test account over here and continue doing the sequence there. So because it is more stable on here, because I believe less people are using it. So as you can see, I was giving it my all and I was testing it like you should. Okay, so let's just delete everything from the page and start from scratch. Okay. There we go, save. And let's just do a new sequence. So this is a new sequence now. As you can see, we have here, let me just zoom in a bit. We have triggers. So if somebody comes to our page, or somebody that we want to send this sequence to has or gets a tag, for example, I'm on templates, this is on my test account, okay, or is on the list for my course or something like that. So we can add those people in, and then, or whoever filled out the form that we created, we can create forms as well. I'll get to that one at a bit later. We'll start to get these details. So once you fill this out, you need to press the done button, and then it will show up here. Okay, so everybody that was selected will be getting this email sequence. So after we know who do we want to target, we need to tell them what we want to do after that. So we want to send them an email. Of course, you can drag this visually on the canvas, which is cool. And here immediately when we open this one, send email, we have name of the broadcast. We can create our broadcast over here immediately. So I want to say, welcome to the course plus freebie. Okay, so this is the name of the broadcast. This is not the name of the email. Okay, so here we'll be able to have our own servers, I believe, at later point, or you can choose Groove Mail servers. Sender name, sender information will be able to change, I believe, because these are form fields. And then subject, we can just type in now what the subject of the email will be. Welcome plus freebie. Okay, and then the preview text, this is the little snippet that I showed you previously in the emails. Whenever you receive it, there is a this is the heading or a title of the email, and then this little piece of text is just the preview of the email. Then you fill this email over here. You'll be able to edit it from within the sequence editor, add on the dynamic variables you need, and you can turn on the send status to active, which means immediately it is activated. Okay, so when we click done, this is our send email. This will turn on a red or pink at a later point in time. I believe this is giving up a bit of delays or a bit of issues, so let's just refresh the page and see if it works. So if it is on the right hand side, that means it's turned on. Okay, if it is on the left hand side, it is turned off. This will be color coded, and I'll show you later on a different elements over here. So yeah, if somebody comes to our page, let's just zoom in a bit, we can send them an SMS as well. In case you connect your Twilio account at a later point in time, you'll be able to send an SMS. It will be selecting an SMS gateway. You will name the broadcast, for example, welcome SMS, like that, and with the content, hello, welcome to my course, or thank you for signing up, you just write out your text or an SMS, and you can turn it on to active. Okay, so now you can see here it is inactive, but it is on the right hand side. As I said, it is on the right when it is active. It is a little bug that it needs to be fixed, but normally you will see this kind of red or a pink, and it will say active over here as well for emails, for whenever you're sending something. So this was when somebody immediately signed up. If I want to delay it a little bit, like, okay, so I sent out my first email and a first SMS, I want to do a time delay. So I want the people, or I want the software to be waiting 1 day and then send out a new email. So then you have here different options right after the previous step. So wait a number of days and hours. I want to wait 1 day. And you can also wait until a specific date. In case you have a course that you're launching at X date, then you can set that up over here. Wait for 1 day. I'll just leave it at that. You can choose your days. If you, for example, don't want to bug your customers on weekend, you can just unselect the Sunday and Saturday, and then they will get the first email first thing on Monday. You can also set up the time. If you don't want to send an email to your customers at, for example, 3 a.m. in the morning when they are sleeping, you can set up the time from what time till what time. Okay, this will be the easiest thing to set up once you know who is active when, or is this a launch, or basically you will know when your customers are opening emails. So then is the best time to send. So once you're done, click the done button, and it will immediately display. It will say inactive, but this is just a bug. We'll get this fixed. And once it is back on active, it will be red. It will be waiting for 1 day and 0 hours, and then sending out the new email or something that you want to do. If you want, you can also add tags, like add a tag for tagging people, receive the welcome email or something like that. You can add tags over here, but you need to create the tags previously inside the tag option from the dashboard. Okay, so we'll just leave this here. You can also do subscribe to a different list. Let's just say that this is the end of our sequence. So we sent out a welcome email, we added a tag, and now we want to subscribe them to a different list. Let's just say that this is the list where we have, I don't know, where we will collect the people that went through the first stage of the welcome email or welcome sequence. So we'll just turn this off and then turn it on, and then we will select the the list that we want to send them and just say done. Okay. So if it is on the right hand side, even if it says inactive, it is active. So that's basically it. You can do conditional splits if the conditions match. So for example, if the user has a tag, this and this category, and then this tag, but doesn't have this and things like that, does not have a tag, something else, then do this. Okay, then you can send them a different email which will be connected like that, or we can send them an SMS here. Where is it? Okay, here. So I don't want this, but I want to send them an SMS. Okay, as you can see, it is a bit buggy, it is a bit delayed, but that's basically it. Let's just save it and come back into it just to see that it changed. Okay, so as you can see, it is becoming a bit of a mess on our canvas over here. So I was playing with it and I found a way where you can not only drag one of these at a time, but you can click on a couple of them and then pull this wherever you want. So in case you click the control or the command button on your PC, you can select the ones that you want, and then while holding the control or the command, you can select multiple boxes at the same time and then rearrange them on the page. Okay, like that. So I'm still holding the control or the command. Once I release it, look what happens. Then it doesn't allow me to pull the whole thing at the same time. So control, command, then you select the boxes, you select the elements you want to drag, and then you will be able to pull on the canvas the elements that you want. We also have go to. Go to is the next step, next sequence. Send an email, send an SMS. You can have them go to the different sequence. So this is good with the conditional logic. If somebody is already a member, you don't want to send them the emails which say which promote the course, but you want to send them to a different step which already talks about thank you very much for getting into course or something like that. So you can select that over here, and basically this is the sequence creator. You need to play with it. It is the best way to learn to play with it. Once it is more stable, once it is not only a couple of hours old, we will go in there and then we will be connecting this with Groove pages and doing courses on this about email marketing and how to send them all out and things like this. I was holding back. I didn't want to do this with MailChimp and Aweber and other platforms because I don't want to teach how to use those. They have their own people teaching how to use those platforms, but I will be teaching you guys how to use the sequences and basically GrooveMail. So these were the campaigns over here. Forms, we can create our own forms, and this is so awesome, and I'm so happy we have this. I'm still on the test account. Let me just go back to our live account. So we have over here forms. Let's just create a new form, and let's just say that this is the welcome or newsletter subscription form. Okay, so I want to create a form which people will fill out in order to come to receive my newsletter. So it's very simple. Like we have a new field. We want to add a new field that is, say, last name. Let's click save, and we have now email, first name, last name. Okay, we can add on a new field which will be a phone number. Save. And now we have email, last name, first name, last name, phone number. If you want to have, I don't know, a URL or postal code or something like that, you can ask for these details as well. But in case you want to have not a URL, but you want to ask for the website, so you come over here to create a custom field, and instead of this URL, you can type in website. This will be the name ID or the input ID that You probably know about this one if you created forms or connected forms inside Groove Pages. The field identifier is the ID or the name ID of the form field. Okay, so here in the text input, you can choose if you want to have a text input, which is a short piece of text area, which is like a message, which is a bigger box for typing a lot of paragraphs at the same time, a drop down menu, or radio buttons. Okay, so I just want this to be text input, and I want it to say your website. Awesome. You can make this mandatory or not mandatory, but you can click save. Okay, as you can see now, nothing is showing up because we just created a custom field. We didn't choose it. Okay, so you come over here to add a existing field that you created, and you can see here website. You can click this, and it says your website because that's the placeholder text we put in there. In case you want to change this, you can click on this button and then edit it using the custom field option over here. So that is it. Let's just create a question. For example, I want to create a custom field which will be question 1, like that, and I want to do radio buttons. Okay, I want the first one be yes, this will be field label. Are you new to online marketing? And then the value will be yes, edit, and another value will be no. Perfect. So we can save this one, and we can add on this existing field, which was the question 1. And it will be a question, are you new to online marketing? And you can choose either yes or no. As you can see, these are radio buttons. You cannot do multiple ones at the same time. If you want, you can add on a different field, which is the checkboxes, where it allows you to check multiple boxes at the same time. So then the field label is basically the label, the title of the question, which will be saying what niche are you in, what industry are you in. Then I can add health, wealth, relationships. I'm just coming out of my head with these questions and things like this. I just want to showcase the options over here. Okay, so you can actually go to existing fields, click the custom field niche, and now you have a question where you're asking people what industry you're in, and it will allow people to check multiple options. As you can see here, with the radio boxes, with the radio buttons, you can only choose one of them. So let's just say that this is now our form, and we are ready to go on to the next step. Opt-in settings. So opt-in is if you want if somebody fills out this form, should they receive an email to confirm, they will receive an email which will say, please confirm that you would like to receive emails from this sender, or something like that. You can actually customize the email. You can customize the email that will be sent out. We just need you to confirm your subscription by clicking the link below, and it says here opt-in confirmation link. This is the link they will need to click. You can change the subject, put in the preview text, and also send them to a confirmation page, which will say congratulations, you opted in, or something like that, after they clicked that link from the email. Okay, so If you turn on the double opt-in, what will happen is the user will come to your site, fill out the form, they will receive an email which will say, we just need you to confirm your subscription, click the link below. They will click on this link, and then they will be sent over to the confirmation page, which you should create yourself in a Groove Pages or somewhere, which will say, thank you very much for confirming, visit this page or something else. Or just a single opt-in when they actually fill out the form. That's more than enough. Most European countries with the GDPR, they actually require the double opt-in. In the Americas, I believe a single opt-in is still an option, but double opt-in is done by bigger companies just to secure themselves from any legal battles in the future. Great, so this is the opt-in settings. I'll just leave it on a single opt-in. Good. Welcome email. You can send a welcome email automatically to everybody that fills out your form. Just remember, we are now in the create a form section. If somebody fills out the form, you can send them an email, or let me just. Good. You can send them an email, or you can choose not to send them an email. I'll just choose this one. Configure list, tags, and sequences. So if somebody fills out this form that we created now, who are they going to be? Like, what list are they going to? Let's just put in new lemon newsletter list. Okay, add. What tags will they get? Any tags? Like, let's just tag them with a newsletter category, and then over here we have the actual tag that we set up: new newsletter subscriber, or something like that. Will they get in a sequence immediately? Like, if somebody fills out this form, will they receive a sequence? So let's just go in and let's just create a welcome sequence that we just created. And I believe it was this one. Okay, it may not show this one. I believe this is a bug as well. So let's just don't subscribe them to a sequence. But this is something that will be very handy. So if somebody fills out the form, you can actually start them immediately on receiving these emails. And then this is a link that we can embed on our page. So that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to copy this one. And this is used when you go into your page builder and you actually embed your code, and it will look like this. As you can see, very slightly on the page, it says first name, last name, email, But if we change this code over here to the one that we just created, to the form that we created, it is showing up very not very well over here, but it looks like that. So as this platform is fairly new, you may have seen when you wanted to play with the form itself that either you preview it or you publish it, it doesn't show up quite correctly. It shows up the part of it. This is being fixed as we speak. Most probably by the end of this week, we will have a fix for it. And I also heard from the developers that we will put in GrooveMail and the other apps into my integration tab. So in case you will have an integration, you will be able to choose here GrooveMail for now. At the later point, we will have elements over here. As we created now with GrooveCell and GrooveCell Checkout, we'll have elements for GrooveMail and for Groove Video and for Groove Member and all kinds of different widgets we will have available inside the Elements tab. Also in Groove Pages and Groove Cart, this will be available at a later point. It's just that we still need to do all kinds of backend updates in order for this to be done. But the embed code will be available and it will be showing up nicer than here by the end of this week or beginning of next week. So this is the code you use to embed it. So this is a form embed code. You need to use it using this. Where is it? Here we go. Code embed element inside the Elements tab on either Groove Cart or Groove Pages. Okay, so once you pull this in, you just click here this cogwheel and you will be able to paste it in. Now I've seen that that the form and the form fields are not editable at this moment, and this is where we will be able to create our own designs using the same form fields when we have the integration done. So we'll just need to be waiting a bit longer for that one, but I'm super happy that we have this already done. So let's just click save and exit and then move on to the next one. So we created a form using this option. You can also create just the custom fields. As you see, we created 3 of them inside when we were actually working with the forms. And we have the custom fields over here. So in case you want to prepare before creating your forms to do the custom fields yourself, you can do that one here. Analytics, here we will see how many people signed up to our lists, how many people started or received the broadcasts, like how many people opened, clicked, and how many people received it, and see how many people are, or what are our sequences. We will have more information on this page at a later point. Settings, sender information, sender name, sender email. You can set this up yourself if you want. If you have, for example, one business, in case you will have multiple businesses, broadcasts and sequences, you will be able to type in your details separately there. And then business information, you can choose a default, a global unsubscribed text. For example, I no longer want to hear or receive emails from David Lemon. You can set up your company name and the address, which will show up and at the bottom of the email that is being sent out. And then admin, here you will have different options to tweak. I still need to find out what these things are. Bounce mail settings and block IP settings. I'm not 100% sure what this is, so I don't want to give you any false information. So I'll make sure I check this before give you updates on that one. Campaigns, here you can see how many campaigns you have and what are the soft bounces, hard bounces, clicks, opens, and things like that. And then the forms, you can see everything about the forms, how many submissions, what are the uniques, impressions, and things like this. You can also see the subscriber details when you have actual subscribers. That's in the admin panel. I believe this will be pushed up to the analytics, but we're still working on that one. So it has been 1 hour, exactly 1 hour and 1 minute. And now we went through just an overview of Groovemail. So tell me, guys, is this something that you are happy with, and can you imagine it using for your own business? If you are, just type in the comments. I would like to hear from you. I can see a lot of questions over here, so I'll try to give my answers there. But just to tell you my feedback, I'm super stoked about this one. I'm so happy with this sequence builder. I cannot tell you. And the fact that you can build out your email inside the sequence builder. So when you go in here, sequences, and you start to edit it, okay, so it doesn't like me going in there, but let's just open it here inside the test account. When you go and edit it, you can okay, so we have happy people, we don't have happy people, but people are saying long way to go. I don't actually agree with this one. There are good things and there are bad things. When you're developing software, one of the bad things is that it requires time. I know that you are probably thinking that you will be now making millions immediately from today with this software itself, but it's just not something that you should think about when the software is in beta and just a couple of hours old. But I don't see admin in my account. Okay, I'm not sure why it is showing up for me. Maybe because this is I'm actually not sure why. This is very awesome. Yes, I know more updates and fixers are coming, but this is awesome. I will be able to cancel an Infusionsoft account soon, if it only worked. Yeah, but there are optimists and pessimists, and I cannot change your minds. It's just something you will be able to like test yourself and play with it. Alicia saying yes, for sure. Aesthetic, awesome. Eric, we won't be making millions immediately. Unfortunately, have to break it to you, you will not. There are people that were very, very reliant on when this comes out. Immediately, that exact second, they will be able to cancel their subscriptions. I have to be honest with you guys, this is not something I would suggest to you. Just keep it for a month and wait until Groovemail receives a couple of upgrades or updates, sorry. And as well, upgrades. We'll be adding on this SMS feature and a couple more features that were taken out, like for example, adding links, because I believe they were giving us a bit of issues on the live servers. So it's just new things and better things are coming from here. It's an awesome start. Looking forward to having it working. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Wayne. Looks good. Definitely more updates, and I'm happy with the progress so far. Awesome. How long will this be in beta? What sort of time frame till it gets launched to the broader market bug-free? Nothing is bug-free. Like, for example, if you go into StreamYard, it says there is currently a bug with Facebook that is causing the view on Facebook link to show a page isn't available message. All Facebook streams are working normally and your viewers will be able to see your streams once you are live. Facebook is working to resolve the issue. So even Facebook is having bugs. So if you're looking for a bug-free software, it's hard that you will find any. Things like this can be ironed out, but there is no time frame for me to say, okay, yeah, after 5th of May, you will be able to have the fully complete software without a bug. That's just not realistic, and it's just like it comes. Bugs are good. Bugs happen when the development is being done, and if there are no bugs, most probably the development just stopped. So right, Groovemail is released, but Groovemember is down. I'm not sure. We'll need to have a look. Super excited. Thank you very much, David, for teachings. Thanks. Looks like it will be great. I'm glad it's finally released. Absolutely. If you want a bug-free, use Hello World example. Exactly. Happy people here. I understand programming takes time. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Yari. Framework looks great. Absolutely. Lots of issues here. You can create sequences, can customize your field, can add a list. So this is one of the optimists I can see. I will wait a bit longer before trying again. Absolutely. You do what you think is the best for yourself. As I said, I do not recommend you canceling your platforms immediately, as this software is just a couple of hours old on the live servers. Don't go in there and thinking that you can do everything that you can do with a couple of years old software that you are paying for. If you are on a lifetime account, you will be able to use Groovemail fully very, very soon. For now, we'll just need to iron out these bugs, and for that one, I ask you please just to help us out and come over here to Groovemail bugs. Whenever you find something, don't post it in the Facebook. As I mentioned again, today I had to decline 50-something posts because it's just not the place for that one. This is what we look at, and this is where these things should be, not in the Facebook group. Okay, so Groovemail and basically any bugs, come to feedback.groovefunnels.com website. It's going to make life so much easier. Absolutely, I agree with this 100%. The bugs are not the problem. If they were not working on it, it would be a problem. That is correct. Great. So very similar to Kartra. We will have things that are like Kartra, but that is not where we are stopping. We want to actually do a lot of extra things. What Kartra will not have didn't plan. So what you see now is just a start. When Groove Video came out, it was published, and people said that it is looking very similar to Groove Video, but 2 days later it received or we had a different idea of creating a much more usable, much more user-friendly dashboard, and this will also be coming out most probably by the end of this week or at the beginning of next week. So Groove Video is getting a haircut. We are cutting away all the unnecessary steps and tweaks and things like this what shouldn't be there. Also Groove member, like for example, let's just see if it works or not. When you go in to your membership, the first thing it asks you to edit the name. Like that is not necessary, because when you go in to edit that, the first thing it asks you again to edit the name. So things like this are getting cut out. We don't need this, and it is getting changed, and we are updating it, and we're working on it constantly. So if you revisit Groove Mail in a week or two, I believe it will be looking differently completely. So I believe it is the time where I go in and answer your questions, ladies and gentlemen. So let me just open this one and then go in and answer the questions. Thank you, David, for the test environment demo. A lot of things do not work in live. Test looked okay for your demo, but live is what we need. Please give us a realistic update for working live version. Teasing demo is good for marketing, but not for our business. Lucian, it's like, I explained this previously. Thank you very much for your feedback, but I mentioned it. If we are in a test demo, 6 people are using it. And the live demo, it is the same code. It's just published on a different server where thousands of people have access to it. This is when things break, and this is when we can actually really test our software. So what we do is create a fully capable platform on our test environment, and then we push it out to the live environment. And this is where things get different and things get active, because it is on a different environment with a lot more people using it. And this is something we will need to go in and fix after that. We cannot fix it before the issues actually happen. So thank you very much, Lucian. I explained this previously, but now there is an again. So I can see a lot of people are asking things that are not relevant to GrooveMail, so I'll just skip over those. Had the same situation with pages, but look at the difference now. As David said, it takes time. Absolutely. Okay. So errors on different platforms, I will not be answering those. I want to keep this a GrooveMail related video. I use my personal email to sign up. Okay. For lifetime, can I send their email so that my business email would appear instead of my personal email? Yes. At a later point, this will be coming with an upgrade. When I embed a form in a page, nothing shows, and when I save the page, I get error message invalid data. Yes, this is being worked on. I may have missed it, but where is the ability to import lists? So if you were not watching the past couple of webinars with Mike, or basically haven't visited the infographic page, I'll just do this for you. Groovefunnels.com/infographic. And we mentioned on a previous webinars that the import feature is not coming immediately. It is coming after 30 days or so. You'll be able to import your list into GrooveMail, Autoresponder, and CRM. This is coming over here later on this month, because this requires some extra stability, and people have tens of thousands and 100,000s of contacts, and while the platform is still like buggy, as you've seen, some of the things are not stable enough for list import, so this is coming at a later point in time. Also, by the end of this week or next week, at the beginning of next week, we'll have the automations function as well inside GrooveMail, so that is going to be added as well. Okay. can you redirect to a URL after they filled out the form? So this will be coming inside Groove Pages. This will not be a function of Groove Mail. So when they fill out the form, as you do in Groove Pages now, you send them to a URL. Does Groove have Zapier yet, or Zapier? Yes, we do have Zapier. There is a video on that one. It works with Groove Pages at this moment, but it will be added on to other things as well at a later point. Will it be possible to send a PDF based on the radio button selection? Yeah. Can you send SMS irrespective of your location? I'm in Australia. If so, how much will it cost? Thank you. This is the SMS, and the pricing is on Twilio. So please have a look at Twilio. I believe Roger answered that one. So the pricing and the different countries and the different numbers. So for example, if you're in Australia, you will probably have to have a different telephone number that is going to be sending the SMS broadcasts and the sequences. Then it will have to be different than from the US, from Europe. So for that one, you need to get on Twilio and have a look there. David, I tested sequences are not functional on live server. Yes, I've seen that as well. This is why I wanted to show you in this video with a test account. It is the same code basically. It's just because of the and it is being fixed because of a lot of people being on there at the same time. It is not working as on the test account. Could we start a sequence from a list already created? Once you have the list import feature, you'll be able to just import it inside of GrooveMail and start sending them out emails. As you probably seen my latest answer, sequences are not functional on the live server. So once that is fixed as well, you'll be able to do that. I'll admit I'm looking for the Infusionsoft killer. Good, you found it. Just give it a bit of time. Can you try and edit the broadcast or sequence? You get an error message. Yes, I've seen this. When and where the replay we will be please had to power cut through the presentation. No problem at all. It will be immediately available after the live stream ends. The affiliates have already gotten Groove domain links banned on Facebook. This is thankfully for the lovely people that were very, very careful in promoting their links. And I would use 100% our own SMTP for this. Good. Given on what we've seen on Facebook affiliates, do we need to be worried about spam complaints for other GrooveMail users impacting us? This is something we are looking into. I don't know the details. This is beyond me. I'm a community person, like a training person, but the developers, I believe, have already their plans. Could we import lists? That was already answered. Hyperlinks into emails, that was answered. What's the difference between GrooveMail and any other email automation like GetResponse and MailChimp? So that's a good one. GetResponse and MailChimp, you have to duct tape with your website platforms and things like this. So you need API connections or Zapier or things like that. GrooveMail will be integrated very deeply with the whole Groove suite of tools. So in case you sell your products on GrooveCart, for example, you'll be able to start an automation. You'll be able to start a sequence when somebody purchases a product from you. Or if you're selling things in a funnel, then if somebody purchased one of the products but not the upsell, then send them this email, encourage them to upsell, or basically to upgrade to to purchase the upsell as well, and things like this. Like, it will be deeply integrated with MailChimp. sometimes you can do that on certain platforms, but most of the times it doesn't allow you to do these types of things, like tag this person that this person bought the course but didn't buy the upsell package, tag them and send them a different sequence which shows them the benefits of the upsell package, and then hopefully they upgrade or they purchase that one later on. So these types of things you cannot do with MailChimp and get response, because they are not so deeply integrated with your sales systems and your website or page building systems. And this is why Groove Mail integrated with everything, with the whole Groove systems, is much better. Can you include HTML or short codes in your emails? I believe this will be an option at one point. If you have a look in my sneak peek, this was on the test server before. Okay, so it doesn't have an option here, but I believe maybe with this video option over here, it allows you to do things like that. But that's a great question. To be honest, as you probably see, I'm not sure about this answer. So head over to the feedback and in Groove Mail. So whenever you click on over here, Groove Mail, you can request it here. Okay, again, the sequence error. Yes, we know about this one. Hi, David. Will Twilio work with people outside of US? I'm in Australia, thanks. Yes, it will be working. Can you change required fields for leads? A lot of us will just have email, maybe first name, but not last name, for example. Yes, you can change required fields. Let me just have a look. So we're here, Groove Mail. Let's just go into the forms. Okay. And then over here, you can see that the first name, last name, everything can be deleted. You can just have the email over here in case you don't want anything else. But on the first name, you can make it mandatory. Once you save, now this is mandatory. When you want the last name, you can also make it mandatory and save. And now email is important. Email needs to be here. First name and last name are mandatory. The rest is not mandatory. What are you considering as an automation? Is it wait 1 day before sending? No, this can be done with a sequence, but automations will be connected with other different platforms. As a first, automations will be also like they will be connecting multiple different things. Let's just wait until the end of the week. I don't want to give you any false information, and if I say something, this will be coming, and if it doesn't come out, then I could be like, some people just want to see my head on a stick, because when I say something, and if it is not that same instant like that, but let's just wait for it to come out by the end of this week, and then Courtney, you will be able to have a look at it. Does it also send out email after 5 weeks reminding for a haircut? Absolutely. You can set it up as you want. Can we delete the list? Only see archive. Archive is a different name for deleting. So let's just go into to the lists, and let's just select this one. I believe now they changed it to delete, but you can. So this was a list. This is a lead, and this is a tag. I believe it has also delete segments. Okay, delete this one as well. Let's just see campaign. So I've seen archive, but archive is a different, for example, webinar with Donna Fox. We can archive this, but it says, are you sure you won't be able to revert it? Yes, delete it. So even if it says archive, is just a different name for it. I believe at one point we will have an archive somewhere where you will be able to just go in and then see your previous ones, so that they don't show all of them here, but you will have an archive where you'll be able to like put away your previous broadcast, so that you don't have to create them from scratch again. My God, so many questions about the import lists. Yes, I mentioned this one. This is coming at a later point over here. Can you assign a lead to multiple lists? This is a good question, and the answer is yes. Do we have automation based on tags or leads? Yes. Great. So I believe I came to the top of the questions. Let's just have a look. Will the developers be working on to maximize deliverability? Other autoresponders vary in the deliverability rates. Yes. Where do you integrate Twilio? It is not an option yet. This will be coming. If I bought domains and email address from Google, how does that work with Groove? This is not related to GrooveMail. Your emails, when you have G Suite account, this is your personal inbox or a business inbox. But GrooveMail is not for that. GrooveMail is a marketing automation software or a marketing software that is sending out mass emails. So with your email inbox, you usually send out emails to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 person, usually max. But here you have a list of people, like pam, 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 all these names, and then you say, okay, send out this email to everybody on my list. So that is a difference in the software, and GrooveMail is not an inbox, not an email inbox. GrooveMail is an autoresponder. Yes. So should we have a host for email like Gmail or Outlook? This is an email inbox, and email is an autoresponder. So this is not connected. Is there a function to resend automatically if the user did not open original email? I believe this will be in automations, what is coming out very soon. Is there analytics, how many users opened, clicked, etc.? Yes, inside the analytics, you can see how many people see in the broadcast, opens, clicks, recipients, and the sequences or the lists. You can see how many active contacts you have, and also, I'm not quite sure why I have, but some people don't have this admin, but you will be able to see the campaigns, things like that, and then the forms as well. Videos to create basic flows to get started with each Groove app. Most of the Groove apps are still being heavily developed, so there is no basic flow. I create videos on things that I believe is available and stable. So if I had a build and it is on our YouTube channel or in the support, you can come over here to our YouTube channel. That's the best place to go. I believe you can go to Groove Digital Videos, and then here creating a booking calendar that is active now, building a domain for sale page and things like this. So you can create a lot of things. There is no step-by-step flow because some people want to create a website, some people want to create the funnel, so there is no flows like that yet. It will be coming once all these apps are stable enough so we can connect them all together. Can we automatically change category of a person? Lead, defined, free, subscription list to paid list. Yes, you can use tags for that, and then inside the sequence you can just change the tags. Can we import our current? So no, the import feature is not out yet. How many email addresses do we get with GrooveMail? I see one, but we will have unlimited with unlimited lists. How many email addresses? So as I mentioned, Eric, email addresses, the from email address is going to be dynamic, so you can change that one, and you will be having, as a platinum member, you will have unlimited contacts and unlimited lists. In case you're on a free account, you'll be having sorry, no. I made a mistake. No, in case you're a legacy lifetime, you will be able to have 25,000 contacts and send unlimited emails. In case you are on the new lifetime account, you'll be able to send you'll be able to have 10,000 contacts and send unlimited emails. And if you are on a free account, you'll be able to have 500 contacts. So on a free account without payment, 500 contacts and send out, let me just have a look, 5,000 emails. That is it for now. Are you using a third-party sender for the emails? Will you allow integrations with other sending providers? We do allow integrations. We have MailChimp and GetResponse and Aweber and ActiveCampaign and things like this. And you can see them whenever you are in your dashboard. You click My Integrations. You can add an integration and then see them all here. If you don't see them, you just zoom out and you can see them over here. But we will have our own solution as well, which will be you will be able to work with those. Ding, 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 ding. Can it use a custom domain to send emails? Ooh, it will be, yes. Great. So I believe we are done now with GrooveMail. I understand it is not a full solution yet after a couple of hours of being live on the live server. Please be patient a bit more, give it a bit more time. The more you test, the more you find the bugs, the more you report it, the sooner it will be getting done, and the sooner you will be able to actually use it for your own business. I know that you didn't sign up for a beta tester, but in case you don't want to help out, just please don't make our job harder. Complaining about it, even though we know that it is an error and it was reported, doesn't help us. So in case you want to help us, please go and upvote the error bugs and feature requests. So that is actually the thing that is helping us improve, not complaints, unfortunately. So if you would like to help, please do that. And yeah, just play with it as much as you can. Test it out, tweak it, see if you like it, see if you don't like it. If you don't like it, request new features, and yeah, that's basically it. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you will be using GrooveMail and this for your businesses. What my suggestion is now is don't focus on the features that it has now, but now you have a thinking of what it will have and how it will look. So start creating your sequences on your paper. For example, you take a piece of paper and say, okay, so these people will receive this email. In this email, I will write tam 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 tam. Okay, then we will wait one day and then write a different email which will say tam 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 tam. You don't need an email software for that one, just to plan out your sequence. Then when the sequence is fixed, the bugs are fixed, you can just pop it in the software and then you're ready to go. That is my suggestion. Just play with thinking how your business can use it. And now when you know the features and where it is, it will be simple for you to set it up later on. So please don't judge a beta software which is just a couple of hours old. Please, if you could help out to make it the best investment that you did in your life. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hopefully see you in the Facebook group. Bye, guys.